Well, welcome back into the workshop. We're going to work on us a little Echo CS-400 today. Looks like a brand new saw. I washed it off a little bit, got some of the dust off of it. I think he said it's been sitting for a while since he let somebody borrow it, and they brought it back, and it's missing the pull cord. So we got us new cord and rope, and we're going to go ahead and see what it takes to throw a new rope on this. I don't imagine it's going to be a real bad project. Looks to me like we're just going to have a couple of screws here, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So let me get some tools together and see if we can figure out what we need. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We have got us a 5/32 Allen wrench. A little bit unusual. Most everything's going to Torx nowadays. I don't know exactly how old this unit is. Well, let's see. Looks like this is a 2020 model, so it's about 4 years old according to the tag here on it. So we'll go ahead and pop these loose and pop this cover off. Should be all it'll be. It's 4 screws. And let's see, we'll pop that up off of there. That's all that takes. Now, so we don't lose these screws, we'll tip it over and see what we've got in here. And it looks like the rope is totally wound in around it. So let's see if we can kind of peel that out of there. Let's see what we've got. And it should have come through the hole here. I don't know how that happened, but I don't really want to lose it if we can help it. We want to keep that spring a little bit tight. That'll give us an idea on how long to make this. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how we're going to get to the back side of this, because I've got to get the rope unpulled without doing the spring. So we're going to work on that a little bit. Let me see what I can find with it. Okay, once we've got this part, what we had to do is, I believe this one here has got one of those what they call easy assist springs in it, because you can see it's kind of spring loaded here. So we need to remove that. Let's get us a big screwdriver and see if we can back that off. Okay, once we got that, we can take that off of there. We'll set that to the side, and then our easy spring comes out. We'll set that just like it's supposed to be so we don't mess that up. And then we'll be careful. I think we can make sure we don't remove this bottom piece down here. I think you can see that, the white part, that actually holds the recoil spring in there. So we want to make sure that stays put in place. And then you've got your piece here, and that'll go back on there and tighten up. So then all we need to do is to reach in here and untie this knot, and we'll set us a new rope in. There we go. We'll cut that off and just get rid of it. Could fool around with untying it, but that would take more work than I want to do. So we'll get rid of that part of it, and we'll slide a new rope in. I think this is the right size starter rope. Let's find out real quick. They do have some different sizes, so we'll have to see if this one actually fits in here. Looks like it's gonna. Yes. And once you get it into there, you can tie your favorite knot into it. I don't know if I've really got one that's I can say is a recommended over another, but make sure you get one that's not going to fall apart too easily, because you don't want it to pull out. But pretty much any old knot I think would pretty well do. And then tuck it back down in there, and it pulls good and tight, like so. And then we can set it back in place. Set our other spring back in where it goes, which seats down in. We can kind of show you that a little bit closer. It sets down into that piece. That sets down into that. Make sure that's all the way on. let's see here, we can make sure we're all the way in it, because we do want to make sure that this piece here lines up with this spring here. So we need to go in on it, and let's see, should be about right there. We'll be able to tell because it starts to spring back, so we know we're set right there. And then we can take this one and we line this little hole here up to this spring, set it on top of that so that it lines up, and then we can go ahead and tighten this all back down again. And yeah, that's a little stiff. Something's not quite right with that. We'll make sure that did have a little bit of movement in it, like I say, so you need to still be able to do that because that is your spring assist. And the next test you'll want to do is we want to make sure that we are lined up to the point where this, when pulled, will pull it out and spring back in place. So we'll wrap this rope around it a little bit. Maybe I should have done that in the first place. All right. It's not quite catching the way it's supposed to. This looks a little stiff. Let me examine this a little bit and see what we make look like. Okay, fooled around with this a little bit. I think the easy way to do that, this thing was not set all the way down in there, so I back spun it a couple times. I ran my rope this time. That should make it easier. And then we want to make sure we run our rope clockwise around this, and then we're going to take this and we're going to spin this about 4 times, something like that, in a clockwise position so that it can put some spring tension on it. I might be able to get it with a screwdriver here and make it easier on us. And this will pre-tension the spring for us. Let's see if I'm going to do this and make a mess or not. Little tabs and stuff on here kind of getting in my way, so I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. We'll get it fixed up. I probably shouldn't have had this all through here before that. We're going to get one more spin on it and then we'll worry about the cable. But that's the general idea of it. It's supposed to have locked into this little groove right here, but the rope fell out of it, so we're going to work on getting that back in there. And then after we do that, we'll go ahead and see if we can pull this thing tight again. And we'll be good to go. And then we can set our spring in there the way it's supposed to sit and screw our part back onto it. So let me redo that. No sense in you watching that, but that's what happens when you're working on these things. All right, we wandered around there and we've taken it and stuck it back through here. I've got lots of extra rope on here, but we'll cut that off. But when you get it all put back together, this in here will go in a certain amount and it'll fill that up, but we don't want it to quite do that. But you do want to give it a pull and make sure you got plenty of pull on it. Make sure it winds back in freely. And as long as it does that, we're good to go. We can go ahead and put the handle back on it now. So I'm going to go ahead, I don't need all this rope. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off and trim it for right now. And what I want to do is, let's see, I need to get some of that off of there too. So we'll pop that little cover off on this one. I should be able to get in here and knock it loose. There we go. So you can pull this out, and then a lot of times what I will do is I've got a little clamp here, and I'll take that thing and just squeeze it. That keeps that thing from spinning around a whole lot. And then I can sit here and work on it. I know that's about where I want my rope, so we'll stuff it up through. And then this one here goes up through also. I reckon that's the way that was. It's got good metal plate in there, so it won't go anywhere. Well, that was clumsy of me. Let's try that over again. So, depending on how your handle's set up, you basically come through there and tie a knot on it when we're done. like I say, this is real life problems when you do this, so you'll understand. We're going to go ahead and pull that down into there, and then this will go back in like so, so we can tie a knot here. Just like we did on the other end. Might need a little bit more rope on that. Maybe not. Stick that down into the metal channel. Shove that back down in. Like so. Then we can release our clip. And see if I need to tighten that up some more. Looks like it's going to work fine. It comes back in all the way, so all we have to do now is set her back on the saw. Well, we do want to remember our little guard here. That was taken off just to make that a little easier to get access to. There we go. And we'll set that back in there, put the screws back into it. We'll be ready to see if this thing wants to fire on up. Okay, we've got her all back on. Looks like it's good. We just throw it over a couple times. It's turning the motor over. So that's got it ready. That's what we do for a pull cord on that. I kind of showed you a couple of errors that I pulled while I'm doing it. But it makes it work and let you know that, hey, they always show the easy way on these YouTube videos. I don't always do that. Sometimes I have to show you a couple of the trial and errors on my part too, because they're all just a little bit different. But gives you a little insight onto what we do with it. We'll go ahead and put a little gas in this thing and see if she'll fire on up. Hopefully that's all we'll do on this one. If it turns in a little bit more, we may add some more video to it someday. So, but for right now, that gets the pull cord replaced, and that's what we were after. Appreciate you checking it out. Hope that it was helpful. Gives you a little insight onto some of the little issues you might have. And we'll catch you on the next project. Thank you for watching, checking the channel out. Appreciate any comments, likes, and please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future ones. Thanks a bunch. We'll catch you on the next one.